Tennessee's next governor could be a woman. And we're joined by the Democratic nominee, Memphis City Councilwoman Jerri Green, who will be going up against Senator Marsha Blackburn. Jerri Green, welcome. Congratulations on your big victory last night. What does this potentially mean for Memphis as we go into November?
Well, we have not had a governor who was born and raised in Memphis be elected from our city for over 100 years. And I like to say, if you're not at the table, you're on the table. And so Memphis has not really had a voice at the biggest seat of power in our state. So to have somebody who understands Memphians, our grit, our grind, our needs, and is willing to be here and listen to our community is really important in my opinion.
Talk a little bit about the money that's being put into this race, because you talked about that last night, saying big money. How much is that going to play into this, and how do you fight that?
Well, I think that the other side will continue to have special interest, corporate PACs, billionaires, maybe a trillionaire, donate to their campaigns. I don't take money from those people, those organizations. My campaign is funded by firemen, veterans, nurses, teachers, students, and that's who I plan to be held accountable to. But it will always play a role. They will be able to buy more hate-filled, racist ads. They'll be able to buy more mailers that they attack me on being a communist or whatever other crazy thing they decide to do. But I'm doing something different. I'm actually going and talking to Tennesseans every day, and so they'll get to know me as a person, and I think that will make all the difference.
Also, aside from the history-making headlines, what could this mean for the state of Tennessee having a woman potentially in the governor's office? What do you hope that will mean?
Well, I'm humbled and honored to be the first person to be nominated. I don't believe that I am the first person who was actually qualified as a woman to do that. I'm sure there's been many over the 100 years of history of our state. But when I was elected to city council, we ushered in our first female majority in a couple 100 years here. And I think that's made a difference. We have passed things like youth mental health supports, paid parental leave. We put in a mother's nursing suite in City Hall so young mothers can still participate in government. I think there are big, wonderful changes that if you are a woman, you see the world differently and you bring those to how you govern.
What about issues like reproductive rights? I know that has been a concern that you've had for other women and your own daughter.
Absolutely. My daughter has less rights than her grandmother had, and I think that's wrong, and I'll be fighting for her. But I have heard the horror stories across this state of either OBGYNs who are afraid to practice medicine and save a woman's life. I think saving a woman's life is actually pro-life. I've also heard from women who are being forced to carry fetuses that have a 100% fatality rate. And it is not an if, but a when they go into septic shock, then a doctor will act. I think that's wrong. And so I do believe that women's health care will be on the ballot. We lead the nation in fetal and maternal mortality rates, and I would like to see less of that, and I plan to work on it.
And what do you plan to do from right now here on for the next, 90 days that you have to do this? And how much do you think the Trump factor will factor into your race?
Well, I plan to keep doing what I'm doing, which is I'll be working my day jobs and running for governor and being a mom. I know there's a lot of other people out there like me who juggle multiple things at once, and they have it worse off than me. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, but we've been putting in a lot of hard work, especially on our weekends and our evenings. We made over 150 stops across the state talking to voters and telling them what we plan to do and listening. Leadership needs to listen. So we plan to do that, but you know, Donald Trump subtweeted us today already when he congratulated Marsha Blackburn. He said that she'd be going against a liberal leftist something, and so I appreciate his endorsement. That is true. I will be a very stark contrast to Marsha Blackburn.
Do you want to debate Marsha Blackburn? And also, very quickly here, how do you reach those rural voters at the same time as opposed to just folks right here in Memphis and Shelby County?
Name the time, name the place. We can do it right here on WREG if you'd like. I'm ready to debate Marsha Blackburn at any point. I've been calling for a debate with her for hundreds of days now, but absolutely, I'm ready to debate her in any town, any place that she wants to. And we have been working really hard to reach rural voters. We've been to tons of tiny towns across the state. It's one of my favorite things about running for office. So we'll keep doing that.
Jerri Green.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's keep the conversation going.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. And as we've mentioned, Senator Marsha Blackburn won the Republican primary with 43% over John Rose and Monty Fritz. Here's what she had to say after last night's win.
We absolutely have to unite as a party and defeat the Democrats in November. So my commitment to you is I will continue to work with you and for you. I'll continue traveling the state, listening to you, earning your trust, and working to build our conservative movement.